Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Fins Up Network. And we're actually getting pretty close to the end of our offseason positional previews. I think we got two left. We got edge rushers and linebackers. And that's a good thing because free agency is right around the corner. So we're going to get these puppies in. And today we're going to focus on the edge rushers. And great timing, too, because we just saw what the Miami Dolphins did with the franchise tag by giving that to Mike Gesicki. So obviously that means that it does not belong to Emmanuel Ogbah, and he's going to really be the story of this video because when we talk about edge rushers, I mean he's the elephant in the room. He's the in-house free agent that's still only 28 years old, but he's going to command a lot of money. And why do we know that? Well, one, edge rushers are going to command a lot of money just because of how valuable they are, how much they impact the game, and what I just highlighted here on your screen. We just witnessed Harold Landry kind of reset the market there with Tennessee. He re-signed on a 5-year, $87.5 million deal. I think that averages out to about 17 to 18 million per year. And if you look at what I have here on the free agent list, it's from Spotrac. It's the age of the player and what they anticipate that player making on a per year basis. And those numbers were from before Landry signing that deal. So I honestly anticipate all those numbers raising up some. So it's going to be expensive regardless of how the Dolphins address the position in free agency. But if you look at what the team's rolling with in 2022, obviously at this point in time, I think we can take Jaelan Phillips and say, you know what, that's looking like a home run draft pick from last year's NFL draft. He came on pretty well. Middle of the season, went on a spurt, was racking up sacks, was racking up pressures, just looked the part. He was drawing double teams. He was constantly being the focus of the opposing team's offensive line, how they were scheming against him. Looks like a home run hit. And then towards the end of the year, he slowed down a little bit, but as we know, sacks kind of come in bunches, but finished strong enough. Van Ginkel, throughout his time with the Dolphins, has flashed, goes through some spurts as well, like we see with edge rushers, came on strong again towards the end of last year. But where does that leave us with Ogbah? Obviously, you want your team to re-sign its good players. That's how you develop a good team. That's how you make playoffs. That's how you win championships. However, we look at this position, and I almost ask myself, the fact that they hit on Phillips last year, the fact that there are a couple of free agents to choose from, and the fact that the 2022 NFL draft is so deep at the position, it's do the Dolphins value Ogbah enough to pay him? Well, I've got him at $10 million. I think it's going to be more than that per year. So do they want to spend that money on Ogbah or do they want to spend that money elsewhere? And if I'm gambling on it right now, I say they let him walk. I don't necessarily want to let him walk, but I think that they probably will at that price tag. And there's a couple of reasons. It's one, it's do you need two solid edge rushers when the Dolphins really haven't shown to be that defense that's only rushing 4 on the majority of the snaps. We know that they have a tendency to bring these creative blitz packages and blitz their linebackers and blitz their safeties and blitz people from the corner. So yeah, you want as many great edge rushers as possible, but because of their scheme, because of how they run these blitz packages, they might not see Ogbah as this priority free agent. So I'm sure they'll make him an offer. I'm sure they'll try to make it team friendly, but I'm pretty sure Emmanuel Ogbah's agent is Drew Rosenhaus. That guy's not trying to take discounts. That guy's trying to get his money the way that agents do for their players. So if I'm gambling on it right now, I'd probably say Ogbah's going to test free agency. He's probably going to get paid elsewhere. So look at where that leaves us. You got free agents who are also going to get paid big bucks, and you got guys in the NFL draft. Look at some of these free agents. They're going to get paid. Potentially, if the Dolphins kind of want maybe more of like a stopgap, 1 to 2 year deal kind of guy, a guy that can continue to teach Jaelan Phillips some stuff. Maybe you look at a Jerry Hughes. Maybe you look at a Jason Pierre-Paul. We just got news on Thursday that Trey Flowers is expected to be released from the Lions, but he's only 28. I'm sure he's going to demand some money. He's been battling some injuries recently. But there's some guys out there if they want to go the free agent route. If you want to go the NFL draft route, it's a deep class. There's going to be some quality edge rushers that you see obviously in the first, but into the second, third, fourth round. And if you look at those draft picks, Miami has a few of those stockpiled. So Wouldn't surprise me if the Dolphins kind of roll light with edge players with what they have right now and going into free agency. And I wouldn't be surprised if they rely on the NFL draft. But you're going to see Thibodeau go top 5 to 10. Hutchinson's in that area. Jermaine Johnson and Ojabo, Trayvon Walker, probably anywhere in that 10 to 20, 25 range. Carl Aftis can probably be in that 15 to 25 range. So honestly, the first player that I kind of have my eye on is Boye Mafe out of Minnesota. I've talked about him in a couple of other videos as well. But he's that guy that he came on a little bit later at Minnesota, but this offseason so far, strong Senior Bowl, goes to the combine, has a strong combine. However, he doesn't come without his limitations. But if you're looking at an edge rusher, and Mafe's probably going to go either late first or I'm guessing probably more so in the second round, but he's not going to provide you what Ogbah does. Ogbah, I should have said this probably earlier, one of his biggest strengths, one of the things that goes unnoticed with him is that ability to set the edge, the impact that he has on the run game. Mafe's not doing that right now. He gets stuck on defenders. If there's a weakness to his game, it's that. I mean, he's so quick at getting off the edge. He's so athletic. He can bend around the edge well. He can get to the quarterback. But when it comes to playing the run, that's where he struggles. So I see Mafe more so, especially first year, kind of in that limited package role where you're putting him in on more of the obvious passing situations rather than making him this full-time defensive end. So they're going to have a couple of options. Obviously, Ogbah's the elephant in the room with this one. It'll be interesting to see what the Dolphins end up doing with him. And hey, we got to give you your assignment. So if you think the Dolphins should do everything in their freaking possibilities to re-sign Emmanuel Ogbah, go ahead, give this video the thumbs up. Regardless, I want to know your thoughts. Leave them in the comments about the free agent edge rushers, the guys in the draft you might have your eye on, just in the position as general. But that's all I've got. Like I said, I think we got one more. We got the linebackers left, so we'll be back soon with that video. That is my time for today. Till then, we'll see you later, Dolphins fans.